Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Got something a little bit different for you today. Typically you see my videos, they're on private property. Well, in today's episode, I'm hunting on some public land. I've got a WMA here in Tennessee that I got drone for a quota hunt there. I always apply for quota turkey hunts and quota deer hunts here in Tennessee. I have a sportsman's license, so it's kind of part of that package, so I can apply for them without any additional cost incurred to me. So I always do it. I love going out and hunting these quota hunts on public land. It's a limited time to go there. You can't just hunt that piece of land all year long. So it's an additional challenge. It gives me a chance to go see some new places that I may not always get to see. We had a crazy cold front come through the weekend, the 3-day duration of this hunt, and we had, even though it was mid-April, we had temperatures in the mid-20s. It was unbelievably cold. It was, especially for that time of year, it had an effect on the birds and the bird activity. But I did run into some birds. I found some awesome places to hunt and had some unique experiences there. The second half of this video is actually a private land hunt. I'm actually hunting on the neighbor's property over here where my son shot his turkey on opening morning. And there was a unique chain of events happened that morning. Quite a bit of a surprise as that morning started off and rolled into some unexpected events that happened there. Hope you enjoy this video. I appreciate you coming here and watching. If you like what you're seeing here, I ask that you subscribe, hit that thumbs up, leave us a comment, tell us what you like in particular. If there's anything you want us to do differently, just let us know. Whether it be the hunt, fish, cook, eat type things, the hunting videos, the property management videos, the trapping, whatever it is, just let us know, leave us a comment. I appreciate the interaction and the feedback, and hope you have yourself a good day, and God bless. Hey, good morning. Alright, I'm booking it up here to my quota WMA hunt. I'm about an hour till daylight, legal shooting light. And a lot of you guys probably saying, man, that's late. Why are you getting out there so late? Well, this particular WMA, there's a single access point to the whole thing. And they don't open the gate until a set time. So even if you get there at 3:30, you're stuck at the gate along with everyone else waiting for the gate to open. And I personally, I don't like feeling like I'm in a bass tournament blast off whenever I'm out turkey hunting. So I don't even like feeling like I'm in a bass tournament blast off when I'm in a bass tournament. It is 26 degrees right now. It was 32 at my house. So temperature's dropping. The farther north I get, I am down in the valley, so I'm kind of expecting that when I get to one of these ridge tops that I want to hunt, that I expect to pick up a couple degrees just like I see at my house. It was 6-degree temperature difference from my house on top of the hill to the valley down below. So I expect to see a similar scenario situation up here. Anyway, we'll see what it looks like when we get here. I'm not really expecting a whole bunch of people. I've already seen several people on Facebook tell me that they're bailing out. They're not going on this hunt because it's halfway through the season. Birds have already been pressured for 3 weeks, and this cold weather has caused them to decide to not go. So who knows? Anyway, you can't kill them if you're not here. Got to my first ridge top up here. It's just starting to break daylight, and got slowed down at the gate coming in, but I've had one vehicle pass by since I got here, and they actually stopped not far from me and did a crow call. And then they got back in and took off. But there's a big winter wheat field right over here on top of this ridge right here in front of me. I just heard a gobble. Back off that direction. I'm going to get off here, and I'm going to start listening, and I may make a couple of light calls just to see what happens. But I really think that this winter wheat field on this ridge top that's going to get early morning sun is going to be what we need on this cold morning. I think those birds are going to be in this area on this ridge top, and they'll fly down into this field first thing to try to warm up, hopefully as soon as that sun hits it. So let's see what happens. It's dead out can't mistake that fake crow call. I've heard a couple guys stop out here on the main road, several hundred yards from me. Probably where the road goes up on the next peak over there, and they're blowing their crow calls. But I haven't heard a gobble other than that one when I was getting out of the truck. Sun is starting to hit the treetops around me here. It's cold. It's a cold start to this morning. I heard one gunshot way off in the distance. That's it. No gobbles, no yelps. I haven't heard another vehicle go down the road yet. Gotta check out Onyx and see what my options are here. If I don't have any activity here, I'm trying to see where this finger goes. Oh shoot. It goes down to another road. So I'm not going to go that way because it leads right to another road. Possibly, if I go across the road, I could possibly go out that way. Across the road behind me, near where my truck is parked. If I cross over that road, there's a long finger that extends way out through there that's relatively flat, and it's a high elevation. I'm about to get up and move. My fingers are numb. My toes are starting to get numb. The sun has hit me here where I'm at now, but I've still only heard that one gunshot that happened right at sunrise. Still haven't heard a gobble, haven't heard yelping. That turkey just gobbled right over here beside where I parked. I gotta book it over here and get set up. See, there's my truck. I was going the other way to go set up on this long finger. And he gobbled back over in here, which is back over toward the main road. Well, what happened just a while ago? I was walking in on a high point up here along the edge of a field to try to go down a high finger on the other side of the field heading toward the lake. And as I was walking along the edge of the field, a gobbler fired off just right over here, maybe 100 yards from where I'm at right now. He just gobbled one time, that's it. So I turned around and booked it over here and set up, and there's fresh scratching. There's benches. This hilltop right here it steps down in benches, and each one of these benches are just torn up with fresh scratching. So I have a feeling they're roosting right here nearby. I've called several times, raked some leaves, and he's not responding. I have a feeling he's with a hen, but I'm going to give it a little bit longer to see. Well, I'm getting no response from this bird. He's either henned up or he's moved on out of here. I'm going to go back up here. I'm going to change my boots. I'm going to put on my hiking boots. And it's a walk-in only from where I'm at right now, where my truck is parked at. I'm shocked there's no one here. This is an amazingly long point peninsula that goes out into the lake up here. And I'm going to work my way out this peninsula, just calling ever so often and see if I can strike one up. It looks like they're doing some logging back in here on this peninsula, but I don't know how far back. Looks like TWRA has this food plot back here ready for the summer. May get lucky and find a dusting spot back here if this has been chopped up very long. Turkeys could be coming back here and dusting in all this. I walked way out on this peninsula out here. There's this big food plot right here that TWRA has plowed up. And there's a pretty good size open timber flat right here. The lake is down below me. drops off down into the lake pretty quickly. So I'm going to stay up here on the top and see if I can pull them up here. I hear somebody driving along on the other access road on the other side of the lake over there. And they're owl hooting and gobbling, trying to get that turkey to respond. He's only gobbled that one time so far. Well, I'm running out of time quickly. Like I said earlier, this WMA, you have to be out of here by noon. And I've still only heard 2 gobbles. I heard the one up on top that I went after and he shut up. And then I heard another one down here. And actually, I'm probably only about a quarter of a mile, maybe a little bit more from where I heard that gobble earlier when I heard this one down here. And it's the same holler there. So it could be the same bird. He may have just came from the top and worked his way down that holler down toward the lake down here. Anyway, I've called a few times. I've listened. I've made some noise. I've done some scratching around here. There's a lot of scratching down here over off the edge. So looks like there's birds roosting in here. I don't know. It may be just hens. I don't know. But it's a pretty good looking spot here. But these birds are just dead silent. There's a little bit of a breeze out here this morning. It is still really cold. But I'm going to get my stuff loaded up and I'm going to start walking out. I'm going to have to just start running and gunning now to make the most of my time, I think, because I'm starting to run low. God, I'm hot. That was farther back in there than I thought it was. And I'm layered up for the 26-degree morning we had, so I am sweating. I gotta get this clothes off, get me a drink, and figure out where I'm gonna go now. Finishing off the last of the zucchini muffins my wife sent with me this morning. It's pretty much time to leave here now. I don't really have time to go anywhere and walk in. I mean, maybe if I got lucky and saw one as I was walking down a access road or something, but still, it's by the time I drive from here to the gate to leave, I'm only going to have 20 minutes till noon. So I got to hit the road, start making the drive back toward home. I got to get back to work and come up with a plan for tomorrow morning. So stick around. I think Dave will be here with me tomorrow. Don't know if we're going to hunt together or if we're just going to meet up, and I don't know what we're going to do. He may end up canceling because of work. I don't know. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Well, I made it back to the gate here, and like I said, it's only about 20 minutes till end of shooting time. And I stopped here at the check-in station. It's closed technically because of COVID. You don't have to sign in and do all that sort of stuff, but I went ahead and stopped here to talk to the wardens. One bird killed, checked in all morning. 24,000 acres. I need to double check and see how many people had quota tags for this place, but one bird in 24,000 acres. That's probably that one gunshot I heard this morning then. Alright, I'm out of here. I gotta get some lunch somewhere. Catch you later. I'm about a change of plans this morning. Yesterday I was in the WMA hunting on public. Really enjoyed my time there. And the plan all along was to go back this morning. Well, sometimes life changes your plans. Some things came up, both work and personally. It wasn't going to work out today. It was going to take up too much of my day to go back over there. By the time I drove there, unless I shot a bird as soon as it flew down, which, knowing me, highly unlikely. So I'm back over here hunting private again. We had another hard frost last night. Well, I'll say 2 nights ago was a really hard frost. It was 26 degrees. It's another frost here this morning. But it all depends on where you're at in elevation. If you're on the tops of these hills, it wasn't so bad. But down at the very bottom, it's crunchy and crispy. Anyway, I listened yesterday evening and heard what sounded like a gobbler go to roost. I mean, it was a gobbler, but I don't know if it's a longbeard or a jake. Up on top of this ridge way back here, it's about a 3/4 mile walk, I think, from my house to get into it. It's just breaking daylight. I'm a little bit later than I wanted, but that's okay. As cold as it is, I think these birds are going to hold on the roost just a little bit longer than normal. Well, didn't get a turkey, but I got a coyote. Holy mackerel. Whew. That may have screwed up turkey hunting for a little bit, but that's one more predator down. Wow. Man. I was still making my way in up here to start calling and listening. And I crested the hill right here beside this pond where my son shot his bird at opening morning. And I looked up and there was a coyote trotting across the field. And I got down real fast and turned on the GoPro. I don't know if it even showed up on the camera or not. Anyway, he crested the hill and looked at me and kind of cocked his head sideways and then just circled around and came straight toward me. And he got a face full of TSS at about 20-25 yards and dropped immediately. So it's an expensive coyote, but it's one more predator down. See if I haven't disturbed things too much. I don't know. There is no frost on this hilltop up here. It's definitely warmer here than it is down in the bottom. A couple of turkeys just flew down across the field. I mean, I'm talking 150 yards from where I just shot that coyote. I think they were roosted there and they probably saw me the whole time. I think I'm gonna get my stuff packed up and try to skirt around this hill and come in the back way and see if I can ambush them. I couldn't tell what they were. I don't know if they were hens or I don't know. I had those two hens roosted across from me that came out right after I shot that coyote. They walked off over toward the ridgetop where I was originally headed. I had another hen roosted over here across from me that was coming toward me, and when I got up to move, I saw it over here. And then I start hearing yelping from the other ridgetop, and it sounded like somebody running a box call. But I look up, and there's 3 hens over there yelping. So there's 6 hens in this field. And 2 of them are just fired up, just yelping constantly. But I have not seen a male bird yet. And I have not heard a gobble yet. But I'm hoping with all these hens in here carrying on that it's going to pull a male bird in here somewhere, sometime. Looks like a male. Those hens all met up together over there from 3 different directions. 6 hens met up over there and they started chasing each other around, and then they busted up into 3 different groups. I'm assuming it's the same groups that they came together in. And they all went off in their own different directions. I guess it's kind of some kind of a territory dominance kind of thing going on. But anyway, I think those hens all worked on off the property, especially the 2 more vocal ones. They went off across in front of me over onto the neighbor's property. So I'm going to pick my stuff up here, and I'm going to sneak back to this highest point back here on this farm, which is where I was headed this morning whenever I walked up on this coyote. There was a lot of scratching up there last time I just walked around. It's a great big mature timber stand back along the property line up there, And I'm just gonna go set up there and see if maybe some of those birds, or see if a longbeard will come out. Crap, 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 crap. I was coming up here to get set up, and I was gonna go set up over here, and I crested this little rise in the field, and 15 yards on the other side of it was a longbeard strutting for a hen. I threw my stuff down, grabbed my gun, but he was already across the property line before I got the gun up. Crap. Down here away from where those birds were, because he never putted or anything. He just took off running, and so did the hen. I'm gonna come over here and set up and see if maybe I can call him this way in a little bit. I'm gonna give it some time to calm down. High spot in the field right there. I was walking over that high spot going the other direction, and as soon as I crested it, that's where that strutter was at, and then he went straight to the left over into the hardwoods. Man, there are squirrels going nuts up here. All around me. Fox squirrels, gray squirrels, baby squirrels. I mean, they're just everywhere. Running around chasing each other. I've been sitting here working. So there's another message come through. I've been sitting here working a little bit while I was giving things time to die down. I didn't want to start trying to call too often after that bird spooked and took off. So I've given it probably 30 minutes to die down now. I'll probably start calling, but anyway. You can't, I mean, I wish I could cut loose and totally forget about work and everything, but I mean, it's what pays the bills that allows me to have our farm and do this stuff that I enjoy doing. So if it means taking my work phone and sending emails and answering text messages and stuff while I'm hunting, then oh well. I am fortunate to be able to have a job that allows me to do that. A lot of people don't have that opportunity, and I am blessed to be able to do what I do. I just had a hen come in behind me and bust me. She was behind me at about 15 yards. Crap. Nothing I could do. She came through the field. She wasn't coming down the tree line scratching. She just was walking across the field silently. Oh well. Squirrels are driving me insane. I think I'm about to call it a morning here. Saw another hen out here a while ago. There's obviously a lot of hens. There's a lot more hens here than I realized there were. But there are a lot of them are solos, and that's a good thing. I think they're already on the nest. I'm hoping between the nest robbers that we trapped this winter during trapping season, and then some of these, coyotes and things, the predators that we can knock down, the bobcat that my daughter trapped. And hopefully we're going to have ourselves a really strong turkey population next year. So it's all year round, Turkey hunting is a year-round thing, dude. You got to protect your property. You got to manage your property. You got to, manage the predators and the nest predators, nest robbers. So it's just a year-round thing. You have to do it all. You can't just... I know guys who like to just walk onto a property and blast away, and they do nothing to manage the property. That's not the way it works. That's not the way it works. And I've got permission to hunt on 6 or 8 different pieces of property from the landowners, and it's a trade-off. I don't like to just go ask somebody permission to go hunt. I like to do something in exchange for them, whether it's trapping for them, or whether it's helping them put a fence up, or whether it's sawing up a tree that fell down that they don't have a chainsaw to work up with, or whatever. I mean, there's any number of things you can do. There is private property out there that you can hunt on, and offer something to the landowner in return for your hunting. Don't just expect to walk on and be granted rights to hunt without doing something in return. That's not the way it works. There goes a big freaking cat. That's a feral cat, not a bobcat, because it's got a long tail. That is a big honking feral cat right there. And I'm covered up in feral cats too. That's a problem as well for the turkeys and other small game, songbirds as well.